Alright, hi, welcome, Dave Major. I'm doing this video because of a need I feel that's out there. I talked to Pat one day. I think we're missing something big time out there. And to me, I feel I'm one of the most effective persons in explaining this scan, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go over some simple steps, and I'm going to try to talk slow, which is hard for me to do. But this is important whether it's the doctor or the staff explaining the scans, because it's the presentation of the information. So let me tell you what the problem is first, and I'll give you the solution. It's simple, all right? When we do the scans, what is set on default right now is the pattern graph. In order to, if you're using the pattern graph and you're comfortable with it, please continue to use it. If you're not, or you want to add to it, let me show you what to do. When we look up here at edit, okay, we edit and we go to static scan, all right, and you notice down here asymmetry should be marked, okay. Now, click on asymmetry and you have the pattern graph, the normal, and the EMG, and you hit OK or save as default, excuse me. Now, we look here and we can see that when we bring up a scan, we'll bring somebody's scans up and we'll show you what's going on. Okay, now we're going to bring the scan up and we're going to do the static scan. When we open the static scan, okay, this person's scan, alright, here we go. We're going to see we have the normal scan, then we have the EMG scan, and then we have the pattern scan, and then we have this the pattern graph. Now, I want you to notice something. As you can see, and I just picked this randomly, as you can see, the pattern graph shows some red and blue, okay, and red and blue and green up in the neck. Other than that, people get hooked on the colors and they'll say, well, there's no reds or greens or blacks. If we look over here, we can see that there's black off the chart in the lower cervical, thoracic, down here in the lumbar, and then in the lower lumbar sacrum. You see the pull. Now I'm just going to use this as an example. This is kind of neat. This is what I'm saying. People will not bring this scan up and just have this one, and you're missing a whole lot of other information that's valuable. Now we're going to kind of transpose this over to on the board here. Let's go over on the board. What I would do on this scan is I would say this is a normal pattern, okay, this is a healthy pattern, and I'm just doing this randomly. When I look over here, I can see that it's way out in the top, it goes down the bottom, it kind of comes out, and then down here it comes out. Then I would go over here, same thing, it's out in the cervical, it looks pretty good right there, and I basically would say this is a healthy pattern. Is this healthy or unhealthy? They would say unhealthy. It's kind of like saying, here's a cervical curve, here's your curve. Real simple. And the person would definitely see the difference. Now, here's where the key comes in. We say we compare you to the normal, and the symmetry chart, we're comparing you to you. Now, the symmetry chart would be, we'd circle here where it's pulling, and then we come back with that one spike, and we'd circle here, and then circle every time the spikes alternate, and now we would see, okay, coming back over here, now we would see it's pulling here, pulling back there, in this area here, coming back, coming back, coming back. This is pretty horrific, alright? So what happens is, we need to know that by showing them the normal compared to the EMG pattern, it's unhealthy, comparing them to normal, them to them, and then if you want to use the pattern graph, again, but it minimizes, I feel it minimizes what this is showing. But you still can say, and then it's using a lot more energy, so through the day you're going to be more fatigued if you want to use that. But that's a huge thing that I wanted to stress right now. And the next part, we're going to go over how to use the posters, which I feel are the most effective. I guarantee you, use these 3 posters. I guarantee you the commitment, the understanding, all around with patient, staff, doctor will be so high, and people will go, wow, they'll understand it, and we'll go over that in the next section. Thank you.